Devastating storms are hitting Texas right now. We are seeing 7 to 8 inches of snow in North Texas, and we are also seeing devastating tornadoes in southern Texas near Houston. There's been a massive tornado, and lots of destruction has happened. All right, we will get into pictures and we will get into details of all this in just a second. But what is going on? Why are these incidents ramping up? Are we seeing a manipulation of our weather? It is a fact. If you subscribe to my newsletter, I sent this out last week that scientists are now manipulating lightning. Okay, they can now create lightning rods in the sky and redirect lightning with lasers. So we are seeing weather being manipulated. Is this what's happening? Are we seeing weather get more extreme because there is a manipulation? You can see there that laser firing into the sky to redirect lightning, and they can make it hit any target, right? We also see an article here out of CNN from last year. It says scientists in the US are flying planes in the clouds to make it snow more. All right, this is not a conspiracy. This is the 21st century, and we are seeing weather manipulation right in front of our face, right in the skies. And it's kind of swept under the rug. It's kind of not really talked about. It's acted like it's not a big deal. But we now have the power to harness lasers and manipulate lightning bolts to strike anywhere in the world. Okay, so this is very dangerous for any humans to have this type of power. We can also create more snow, we can create more rain, and the White House has also come out with this program from October. I've brought this up a dozen times, but it's so critical because this just happened October 18, 2022. White House is pushing ahead to research to cool the earth by reflecting back the sunlight. This is out of CNBC News. This is completely real. This article is out of CNN, and this article is out of Scientific American. This is mainstream news now. We are living in a scientific dystopia. All right, and you can see here it says there are several kinds of sunlight reflecting technology being considered, including stratospheric aerosol injection, marine cloud brightening, and cirrus cloud thinning. So they're talking about spraying sulfur dioxide, aerosolized sulfur dioxide, which actually makes acid rain when it interacts with oxygen and water. It actually creates sulfuric acid, which is acid rain. All right, so it's right there in the article. You can see stratospheric aerosol injection involves spraying an aerosol like sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, and because it has the potential to affect the entire globe, often gets the most attention. And it also creates, I'm telling you, look it up right now if you don't believe me, but it's true. Sulfur dioxide, when it interacts with oxygen and water, creates sulfuric acid and creates acidic rain as well. Let's get into the details of what's happening in Texas here. I just wanted to pinpoint this stuff because it's in our face, and we're just like, every time I bring it up, I feel like there's somebody just acting like I'm a kook, I'm crazy, and it's true. This is mainstream news, all right? And this could be affecting our weather. They could create massive weather events. They could create situations where the sun is blocked out for months at a time. They could create nuclear winter scenarios with these geoengineering tools that they now have. So you can see here, CNN, structural damage from a tornado near Houston is, quote, catastrophic. So you can see this tornado here passing over a highway right outside of Houston. And this was posted by Radar Omega on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter if you're not. Incredible tornado intercept by @BradArnoldWX using a mobile cyclone port unit. A sharp pressure drop was captured near Taylor Landing, Texas, as a tornado and RFD were caught on video and live sensor data. Huge day for science. And I put that red arrow there so you can kind of see the line of the tornado passing through. And you can also see on this graph here, they had another arrow of that pressure dropping right as it was passing in front of this guy recording this video. He had a unit up to measure the pressure, and it went extremely low at the same time, indicating that this was a real tornado. And this guy here was probably just on his way to work and started slamming on the brakes when he saw this tornado crossing the highway. And I just saw him kind of drive into it. I'm not sure what happened. Hopefully he's okay. But it's one of those things. Tornadoes can happen anywhere, anytime, and it's hard to be prepared for them. All right. And you can see here Janelle Blue Doe posted on Twitter, entire Pasadena neighborhood hit by tornado today. The damage is extensive. All right. So dozens of homes in this neighborhood have been completely destroyed and wiped out. And a lot of places in Texas, they don't have storm shelters. They don't have bunkers. They don't have anything like that. In the South, they really don't have, a lot of them don't even have basements in the South. A lot of houses, it's just not really a thing down there. So there was probably not many places to hide when this tornado hit. All right. Your best bet is to get out. All right. Literally get out, go lay in a ditch or something, or it's probably going to hit you so quick that you need to get to a central room without any windows or anything like that and try to just hunker down there, cover your head, protect yourself as much as possible, right? And tornadoes are just, you can be prepared for hurricanes, you can be prepared for snowstorms, you can be prepared for a lot of different weather events, but tornadoes, earthquakes, they happen very suddenly and they are hard to be ready for. Here's another one from Storm Chaser Houston. It says, insane scene as cars flipped over by tornado in southeast Houston. Wow. And you can see here this bug Volkswagen Beetle completely flipped over. The house behind it completely destroyed, or the house that it's in the driveway of is completely destroyed. You can't see it right now. And the house in the background as well is also, and the car in the background as well is also completely totaled and destroyed. Multiple cars flipped, multiple houses completely obliterated. And you can see here a semi, right, flipped over on the highway right outside of Houston and Deer Park. And high profile vehicles are extremely dangerous to drive in high winds. They act like a kite in any kind of high winds, especially like a trailer where you have an axle where the back can turn freely from the front. That's where it gets really dangerous, and you can really get into bad situations. You can get into wobbles and all types of things. I've driven my travel trailer all over the country, and there's been moments where the wind has hit and it almost forces you to turn. It almost forces you to react. The wind is very powerful and it can move your car. It can flip over an entire semi. All right. So it's one of these things. High profile vehicles, box trucks, anything like that are extremely dangerous inside of these high wind situations, especially in tornadoes. Truckers are going to be one of the worst cars to be in. All right. This happened in San Francisco when California was getting smacked with these hurricane force winds the past couple weeks. This also happened on the Golden Gate Bridge, and the traffic on the bridge was shut down because a truck just got whipped up in these winds and flipped over. Looked like it got spun around, everything from the wind, and caused traffic to be shut down on the Golden Gate Bridge. All right. So be extremely cautious if you are driving a high profile vehicle in any type of high winds. Extremely dangerous. You can see here also a animal shelter was hit. So it says tornado hits Pasadena animal shelter, heavy damage, and it says no injuries, thankfully. All right, so you can see it was completely destroyed, and they were evacuating the animals out, I saw, and bringing them to a different shelter. And it's one of these things, we don't always think about our animals during emergencies. What would you do with your animals? Do you have a plan for them? A lot of emergency shelters, you can't bring your animals, all right? This always happens in hurricanes and things like that. When people have to evacuate, they don't know what to do, and they leave their animals there. Do you have a plan for your animals, all right, during a emergency situation? This happens during wildfires as well. When there's massive fires out west, a lot of times people try to evacuate their cattle, evacuate their horses, but sometimes there's nothing you can do, and the horses, the cattle just get left. Sometimes they just open up the gates for them so they can just run out, all right, and get away from the fire. So have an emergency preparedness plan for your animals as well, all right, because you don't want to just leave them there. And some places it might even be illegal to leave them, all right? So get prepared now, guys. Tornadoes are so devastating, so random. You never know when they are going to happen. All right, you can't just build a bunker, build a shelter, anything like that. Build a basement overnight. But if you have it, have a emergency plan for an event like this. Make sure you're signed up for all the alerts for your local area, because it could be quick. You could get a text on your phone, an alert on your phone, tornado in the area, take shelter now. That's probably what happened to these people. And just like that, your life can change, right? Your house could be destroyed by a massive tornado or natural event. So let me know what you guys think about this. This weather manipulation, this geoengineering, it's completely real. I showed you the articles. This is mainstream news, CNN, Scientific America, all these mainstream, CNBC, all these mainstream articles are coming out and saying this is what we are doing. But there's no speculation. Maybe this is what's causing it. The chart for the amount of tornadoes in the U.S. this year is way up, way up. All right, it's way above any other year. The frequency of tornadoes that we've had in January and the past few months, it's way up. I believe we're already closing in on around 500. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please get prepared and get your generators, get your solar, get all that stuff, because a lot of the power lines are destroyed from this too. People could see, even if their house wasn't destroyed, they could be without power for weeks until the grid infrastructure is prepared. So get all that stuff now, guys. You never know when it's going to hit. Hit that like, hit that thumbs up, smash it all down there, smash the subscribe button too, smash that membership site. It's only $1 right now. I'm talking about all the stuff that I can't talk about on YouTube. You guys know how it is. It's their platform. They make the rules. So I got my own platform that you can go support, and I'm talking about the stuff that I can't talk about on here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Go sign up, support the channel.